share my experience with oils besides on Facebook. But so I started Young Living in 2019. I had one son, and we didn't use oils for anything but smelling good. Then when I had my second baby, it was the first 6 months in the car was terrifying. It was crying, hello, sadness. And I started using Peace and Calming 2 just on his feet. Made my own roller bottle, and I would start rolling it on his feet and on his chest like 15 minutes before we would get in the car. Oh, what happened? Oh no, it's not me. And we actually had some peace. I could drive from here to Chino Hills without getting sweaty armpits because it was so scary to have him be sad in the car. Huh? You want to say hi to everybody? Say hello. Hello. Hi. So that was his first experience with oils, was Peace and Calming 2. And I was new at things, so I started digging into this Oil You Need group for gas. He has a tongue tie and a lip tie both. And we took him to the chiropractor to help with his gas, because when they nurse and they have those ties, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yes, we're good.
Okay. When they nurse and they have lip ties and tongue ties, it gets too much air in their belly, and he would just be so uncomfortable late at night, especially. And the oil that made me believe that it's not just for smelling good was Digize. I made him a Digize roller with orange, and I would rub that on him after I had tried everything else, and he would have immediate relief. And I was just shocked. It was like within 30 seconds of putting it on his tummy, no more crying, no more screaming in pain, and then he would be asleep for like 6 hours. It's like, what is happening? So that oil really showed me that they work, and they work quick, and I don't have to give him medicine for everything. I can use topical things that may have the same amount of success, and not putting yucky chemicals in his tiny body. So on one of my ER orders, I got the huge one because I wanted to have it at all times. And it's been one of our favorites for him. And we didn't have to get surgery for his lip tie and tongue tie because we had our oils to help us not need that, which was huge. The other 2 oils that I just started recently using with him are Copaiba and Lavender for his teething. My firstborn, we used to use, what was it called? The teething ointment. Everybody uses it. It's not the nubby one. Well, anyways, because it had benzocaine in it, we ended up in the ER because his heart rate was at 220 and his oxygen was at 80%, because that chemical that's in there, or that ingredient specifically, if you use too much of it, can affect how babies breathe and their heart rate. So that was really scary. So we stopped using that altogether. And with him, we don't use it at all. We use Copaiba for the swelling on his gums. I rub it in my little roller bottle. I have Copaiba and Lavender. Do it on his gums, dilute it with coconut oil, on his jawline when he's uncomfortable, and on his gums. And that also makes him go to sleep. All of these are so wonderful for sleeping. And it's really funny to watch, because when I pull out the roller from like my diffuser area, he gets so excited. He opens his mouth real big when when we're getting ready to put it on. You want to look at him? Which one do you like the most? Digest is kind of stinky, but it works really good. Lavender smells amazing. You can smell them if you want. And then my notes are on my phone, but so that copaiba.
This one
smells like an orange.
It smells good though.
It does. Copaiba and lavender has been my favorite for him, especially for relief, for teething relief and just pain.
This smells good and
I've
nice
only
and
smooth, delicious. I've only had to do Tylenol like a handful of times, and it makes me so happy when I can use something else versus having to put that in your mouth, huh? It's wonderful. And we love tree oils. They're delicious. I know they are slides, huh?
2, 3, 4,
Digest, copaiba and lavender. I had another one. Oh, for my big boy, do you want to show your face over here?
This one's
that one's energy. You don't need any.
Well, I
smells like black pepper. That's what I use when I'm tired. I have used sleep eyes consistently on my boys at night. I do it 20 to 30 minutes before bedtime in a roller with some white angelica, put it in their roller bottles. I rub it on their feet, down their spine, behind their ears, just for more restful sleep and to promote
this one.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. To promote a healthy relationship with oils. I don't want to always use them reactively. I want to use them proactively.
Mama, when I start opening this, you smell it and I smell.
That's Eucalyptus globulus. That helps with headaches and tension.
And this one helps me when I cry.
Oh, well, I'm not sure. I think the one that helps you when you cry is peace and calming too. That's one of our favorites, isn't it?
Yeah, and this new one here.
That's sage. My son has actually on several occasions when we're in the car or leaving somewhere and he's really upset, I've set a precedent of doing our oils for being calm. So he's asked before, can we calm down with my oils? And it just shows me that we're doing the right thing with them because he knows how they help him feel and they make him feel better. And it's nice, huh? It is nice. I feel like I should have slides. I don't know. It feels sad, huh? But with this one, I always dilute with coconut oil. So I do no more than 10 drops of any oil in a roller for him and dilute with fractionated coconut oil. And I do patch testing on his foot or his hand. Obviously, because I use them all the time, I know what oils he can handle. But whenever I make rollers for anybody that has kiddos, I always make sure to include in my notes, test for allergies first, because you don't want them to have
this one.
Peppermint. Yeah, oh, that's very spicy. It got on my tongue. I always patch test. I rarely, if ever, use them in a bath because they're not. Did you put it on your mouth? Oh no! Bad. We're gonna drink water downstairs. Go on. But here's the cool thing: if that had been any other oil, I would have been absolutely terrified. But it's a vitality oil. It's very stingy because it's peppermint, but I'm not worried that he got it in his mouth because it's okay. It's okay to be in there. I deep cleaned my bathrooms this week. And I was just thinking about how when I lived in my apartment, I used to get headaches after I would clean. You know, you're using Comet or Windex or whatever you're using to, well, that's really piecey-picey, to clean, you know, your household cleaners and stuff. And I would be so paranoid about my boys being with me or getting into the chemicals or getting it in their eyes or getting it in their hands and then putting their hands in their mouth. And now I am throwing all of them away. I'm getting rid of Windex. I'm getting rid of Comet. I'm getting rid of all of it. And I'm just going to start using Thieves because it's wonderful. My mirror has never been more beautiful. My toilet was sparkly. And all I used was just 2 capfuls of Thieves in my little bottle. And I don't even think I had oil, any extra oils in it for scent boost or anything, but they were right with me. I had no headaches. I didn't have to worry about them being there because they're not smelling fumes. They can touch it. If it gets in their mouth, it's not great, but at least I know what's in it. And there are names that I can pronounce, not chemicals that are yucky and dangerous, which is really wonderful. But I had never really made a conscious thought about, oh, well, there's other ways to clean that are not as scary. And my bottle of Thieves has lasted me, almost a year, because I wasn't using it for everything, but I'm going to choose to do that now. Now, don't put it on your mouth again. You smelled that one already.
It didn't smell bad.
No, it doesn't smell bad, but it probably doesn't feel great on your lips. Huh.
Yeah, that one.
With my son being 3, we're starting to approach big emotions and sadness when he understands that we're leaving somewhere or going somewhere where he doesn't want to go. And we use cedarwood, orange, peace and calming 2, and some white angelica, just to help him feel more in control of how he's feeling, and get his emotions handled in a way that's okay. What else do we use?
Confuser.
Oh, we use a confuser, also known as a diffuser. Which one's your favorite? The one in your bathroom or the one in Mama's kitchen? In the kitchen? Okay. We have the Aria in our kitchen, and I sometimes I diffuse motivational blends like with lime or pine, but I usually do the calming oils. Ooh, what about the one we use for your allergies? What? He has horrifying seasonal allergies. I mean, to the point where he's miserable most days, when the weather changes, especially. So I have started an energy roller. No, not energy. Allergy roller. Okay, don't spill it though. These are Mom's favorites. That has lavender, peppermint, and lemon. And that's in the oil Bible, those are the 3 top oils that you use for allergies. And it seems to help with his eyes being itchy. I rub it on his feet. Where else do we roll that one? On his spine. Those are my big places that I rub. Our oils on the bottoms of our feet, down our spine, on his chest. Like I said earlier, he does have asthma. Did I say that? I may have not.
I want to see my dad.
That's Dada's. I can't let you. Sorry. And we have ended up in the ER several times for his asthma. When we were in Utah, obviously the elevation change got to him pretty bad. But the first night I was able to avoid having to go to the hospital simply by diffusing 3 oils: Panaway, Raven, and Peppermint. I rubbed them on his chest, like a Vicks vapor rub, essentially, is basically what I used. With those 3 oils. And he was able to catch his breath, take some deep breaths. However, it was so severe, we ended up having to go to the hospital. But at least for me, I knew that we could kind of gain some time by using something that wasn't going to be a shot or, pumping his body full of steroids, which they have to do because his lungs just don't cooperate. But I use oils on my boys every day. I have made several sleepy rollers for friends and family. For kids that are struggling with big emotions, we use that peace and calming too a lot. Wow. Chew on the bottles. They're delicious. Aren't they? Aren't they delicious? Yeah. Yes. I have had a few friends ask me, are oils safe? Are they okay to use on my kids? And like I said earlier, anytime I
Go get me up here.
Can you go eat your sandwich?
No, you can eat.
No, I don't want to eat it. I'm good, thanks. I always tell them to patch test. Do you know what that means?
No.
You take an oil and you rub it just a little place, and then you see if you're okay, and then you can rub it where you need to. Because we don't want you to have more allergies, right? Nope, that would be horrible. You want to look at my dried flowers?
No.
Aren't they beautiful? But I'm always here for like the people that want to be educated more on oils. Whoa. Whoa. What happened? My sister, this was a wild experience. She also, wow, the craziness. Oils. That's a big one. You can have it. My sister, her son fell and got a big old goose egg on his knob. I mean, it was huge. He falls quite often. Wow. And we had suggested using oils on it because want to come down? Your face is turning kind of red. You're getting a little pink. We had suggested using frankincense and lavender as like a healing because it was a bruise. You can't, Neosporin's not going to do anything. It wasn't a cut. And it was purple. Poor guy. It was huge and just real nasty looking. And frankincense and lavender, and it was almost gone the next day. It was super cool to get to see her experience with her oils and how well they work. He was so excited to be up here. Go get it. We use our oils for a lot of our life. A lot. Huh? Don't we, Henry? Whoa. I wanted to go live on Instagram a couple days ago and I chickened out, and then I was thinking about this class and I was like, well, should I do it? Should I not? But it's good. It's good for me to be brave, and it's good for my boys to see that we want other people to be successful with their oils too, huh? Don't we? Did you take a bite? Good.
Just to chime in, it's so important what you're saying about them seeing you, because instead of being intimidated by failure, how about be inspired and embrace that? Because it's so important for them to see you like, wow, mama's kicking butt.
Right. I told one of my friends has a daughter that's my son's age. So we're dealing with the same type as another daughter that's my second. They're about a month apart. And she was saying, we're just in screaming matches all the time. We're just struggling to vibe together. And I said, well, why don't you start an essential oils routine with her so that it's not you're not making the oils be a negative thing. It's not like, well, you're yelling at me, so we're going to rub oils on, you know? And it's a positive thing. Like, okay, we're going to do our bath and we're going to rub our oils on. And then she can have a coping mechanism that's safe, you know? And I was telling her, okay, you're going to do your scent tense with her. And they do, and they love it. And it's so awesome because like I got to share that with her and like teach her how to do it, which was really cool. It was really exciting. I was excited about it. She loves sleepy eyes for her 8-month-old. She uses it all the time.
I love the excitement every time, you know, this passion that you're speaking, and you're able to be their rock. It's very comforting, and knowing that, hey, I got this.
Yeah. I didn't used to be that way. I used to be like, I would come home from work and my job is stressful. I'm a teacher, so there's a lot happening all day. And then you come home to these people who need you, and you have to do something together where you can be okay. And our oils are kind of like that. It's like when I get home, I want my diffuser to be on. I want them to be able to see why I'm using it. And I talk with him about it too. Okay, we're going to do our oils because we're having these types of feelings, or, you know, whatever. Instead of a glass of wine, I use my oils, you know, to kind of get things situated. But that digize. Oh, I have a friend whose son was constipated, just struggling. And I noticed it when he was in the car with her. And I said, why don't you just try some of this and see if it helps. I gave her a sample. If you're not ready to jump both feet, it's okay. It's okay if you're not ready to jump. I will give you a sample. It's fine. Because some people, like my husband, he's like, I don't know about this voodoo stuff. I'm like, they're magic, dude. I swear. She texts me the next day. She's like, that oil is no joke, dude. And I told her, I said, just one drop of digize will help him not be in pain when he's going potty. He's 5 months old and starting on solid food. Well, when you do that, it's messing with their tummy. They're not used to all that stuff. So come here, let her look at your handsome face. Oh, if you do too hard, you're getting hot. And she haven't had to, she hadn't had to use it for 3 days. She did like one drop on his belly and he was fine. And she's like, I haven't had to use it for 3 days. And I was like, see, didn't have to do a suppository, didn't have to, you know, make him eat prunes and then have explosions everywhere. Just a drop on their belly, rub it in like a massage, solid. So that's what I'm here for, just to help people be a believer in our plants, because they're amazing. And it's really cool what they can do. And it is no joke. That digest is serious business. Henry, he had to use it too. He's telling me, oh, sitting at the dinner table, my tummy hurts. With my baby's axe roller, I have to go to the bathroom. It's like, okay, go. But it was super cool to see that he is not going to be in pain. Just rub this on him. He doesn't have to take medicine. Score. Good, golden. And the problem was he felt so much better and slept like a rock because he didn't have any discomfort anymore. But I'm about it. Everybody's going crazy. My babies. Crazy. Wow.
I'm bouncing and I'm sliding.
You're sliding? I love that.
Can I go in that door?
Sure, go ahead. You don't have your flashlight, do you? Go on, there's blankets in there. Maybe Zach's interested in what he's doing. But I haven't had to use anything for pain besides the teething one, because they don't have big owies yet, but I know we have an owie oil that I'm really interested in trying even for myself. But lavender and copaiba have been my go-to for teething, and Panaway and Raven for his asthma have been really helpful.
Use the baby seedlings?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Nope.
Do you want to tell us maybe you have a routine, like maybe in the morning or in the afternoon, evening for them?
A routine, you
Yeah, an oily routine. Something that you would encourage.
Yeah. So with Henry, I didn't really have a routine. Oh, did you bonk your head? I didn't really have a routine. I was just kind of like figuring out how to be married and have a kid and do all the things all at once, which was like shocking. Okay, we're not going to open that anymore. It hit him in the head. It made him sad. I'm going to keep it open so that he doesn't get a boo-boo. But I told my friend that a routine is important because I saw what it did for Henry not having one. So I usually do dinner first because who wants to do a bath twice? Not me. So I usually do our dinner first, and I like to sit with them and look at them and talk to them while they're eating. Then we do our bath. Then I usually have their diffusers on while their bath is going with their bedroom door closed so that it's really getting in there. Then after the bath, we get dressed. I give them baths together because it's so fun to watch them be goofy together, huh? You guys like taking baths? Then we do oils on their feet, and that's usually like Sleepy Eyes, White Angelica, which everybody could use right now. Wow. Cedarwood. I do orange sometimes because I love the smell of it. It's so wonderful. Then we do our books. So while we're reading our books, the oils are having time to calm them down. And, ooh, I heard that. Ouch. And work. As opposed to just rubbing them on and sending them to bed, because then they're working, but they're having to do the work while they're trying to figure out how to go to sleep. Wow, we look crazy, just like our last meeting, don't we? Yes. Okay. Can you stop, please?
I can't place you.
No, you can't. Don't make me sad. So after we rub their oils on, we read books, and then I pray with him, and then he goes to bed. And it's nighttime. Phew. Sure. He's insane. I don't know what happened to my children.
All right, you're totally okay. That's why we're a team, right? Okay, so there are so many different things that we can talk about. Sorry, my little one just yawned. She yawns very loudly. Everything begins with food. So we're trained that from 4 to 6 months old, a baby's first food should be rice cereal. That'll be for another class, but not really sure why, because that's not a good way to nourish their guts. It's actually damaging it. So we'll talk about baby food and all that stuff on a different occasion, but what I definitely do want to make sure we understand and how Young Living can help is in the house. So what you put on the little one's skin is nearly as important as what you put in their mouth. The skin is more vulnerable, more permeable to chemicals, and more susceptible to irritation. This requires products with gentler formulations. Many products contain harmful ingredients like carcinogens, endocrine disruptors, skin allergens, and irritants. That EWG Environmental Working Group is a watchdog organization that keeps an eye on ingredients. On their website, they say 82% of children are exposed every week to one or more ingredients with the potential to harm the brain and nervous system. 69% of children are exposed every week to one or more ingredients that may disrupt the hormone system, and 3.6% of children are exposed to ingredients with strong data linking them to cancer, including chemicals classified as known or probable human carcinogens. 80% of children's products marked as gentle and non-irritating contain ingredients linked to causing allergies and skin or eye irritation, according to government and industry sources. So, according to the EWG, the safety of baby products falls under the purview of the Food and Drug Administration, our famous FDA. But unlike for drugs and food additives, the FDA has no power to require that cosmetics be tested for safety before they are sold. And due to other loopholes in the law, manufacturers are free to use any claim they wish, such as safe and ultra mild, without proof. And many do just that. Europe has banned 1,328 ingredients from cosmetics, including baby cosmetics. Canada has banned 599 ingredients. The US has banned or restricted only, drumroll anyone, 11. The FDA regulates cosmetics very differently than it regulates drugs. Unlike drugs, cosmetic products don't need pre-market approval. Manufacturers also aren't required to register product formulations. This, unfortunately, includes baby products. So what is in that diaper? You thought I was going to, go into what the baby does in the diaper, didn't you? Nope. This is about what the company does to the diaper before it even goes on your little one's bum. There is an absence of adequate regulation. Most baby diapers contain bleach to whiten diaper material, and chlorine, which emits toxic chemicals. Dioxins in disposable diapers can cause reproductive problems, result in developmental problems, damage the immune system, interfere with hormones, and may even cause cancer. There are several organic brands made of bamboo fibers that are bleach and chlorine free, or you can go the route of cloth diapering. There are many ingredients to keep an eye on. I will name a quick 10, and I'm just gonna name them, and then you can do your research on what they are, or maybe we'll mention what it is. So mineral oil, diethyl phthalate, resorcinol, synthetic musk, phenoxyethanol, sodium benzoate, parabens, DMDM hydantoin, bronopol. These are all on store shelves, and they contain one or more, in some cases, every single ingredient listed above. If you bought it at the store, start comparing the labels of your products to that list. Even brand name products that are well known may contain awful ingredients. Don't get sucked into the name notoriety. Do some sleuthing and investigate the label. It's worth the double take to keep your baby safe, I promise. The Young Living Seedlings line is amazing. Not just the what you typically think, it's just going to be a couple of things. No, we actually have the baby wash and shampoo, the Seedlings baby lotion, the baby oil, baby wipes, rash cream, Seedlings linen spray, Seedlings calm oil, and of course, our favorite Feather the Owl diffuser. We also have our Kid Sense oils, which are Sleepy Eyes. And Zoe absolutely loves it. Yes, awesome. Who doesn't love the Kid Sense line? Sleepy Eyes, Sniffles, Genius, Kid Power, Tummy Jies, Owie. These are just absolutely phenomenal. You can even gift the Seedlings gift bundle. There's many oils that you can use. We have about 400 of them, but I would personally recommend, I'll give you a list of a few, which Zoe has already mentioned, Peace and Calming. We have Gentle Baby, Sandalwood, Myrrh, Jasmine, Valor. The products Lavaderm and Clariderm are phenomenal because they're very good for the skin if there's an irritant, or maybe for chapped skin, any dryness. Tummy Jies, Fennel, Clarisage, Lavender, Frankincense, Myrrh, Lavender, and Neroli. These are go-tos for cracked nipples during nursing. You can mix them with coconut oil before application. Apply the oils just after each nursing session. Sandalwood oil is also great for cracked nipples. Let's see, lavender, bergamot, cedarwood, and Roman chamomile. These oils can help you snag a nap while your baby's sleeping. Citrus oils are very energizing for new mamas. Frankincense and helichrysum. These are oils that are phenomenal for scars and stitches. I would stay away from using hot oils on the chest, the breasts, or near where the baby may be nursing, because again, it's a hot oil, so you want to be careful with that. Some hot oils are wintergreen, peppermint, oregano, cassia, and cinnamon. You can put them on your feet, but put on socks before you nurse. You can anoint your baby with frankincense and myrrh. Both oils are wonderful to have on hand for anointing the baby at birth. You can drop 3 drops on the crown of their head, rub it 3 times clockwise, tell them what their name means, pray a short prayer of protection and words of life over them. Many people think the crown is exactly at the top of the head. It's not. If you were to take a cap and slide it back on your head, just before it falls off 3 or 4 inches, you'd have it perfectly positioned on the crown. That's where you drop your oil. You can prepare an anointing oil and the words to stay ahead of time, almost like vows. It's something precious and sacred that you will hold forever. You can take a small piece of paper, rub the extra oil onto it, label it with their name, the meaning of their name, and the date they were anointed, frame it for their nursery. If you've missed their delivery, you can always do this step later on. You can anoint anyone, anytime. Even teenagers are blessed by doing something so special. You can do this. Having a baby can be overwhelming. Not only has your entire role shifted, but so has your purpose, your job title day to day, and in some ways, even your identity. The new things you have to learn in a small amount of time seem so vast. There's one thing I want you to know. You're doing a great job. And that goes for all the mamas, okay? There's a reason that little one is in your arms, because you were chosen for them. Even if you think it's, that you don't have much to offer, well, no, that's not true. Even if you think you're riddled with mistakes, even if you think the learning curve is too great, even if every toxin isn't out of your home, your baby will be okay. Perfection is not required. Give what you can in the small spaces where you have time and learn the rest as they grow. You are enough. All right, so if we have, let me see if we have any questions. I always like to leave some time for questions, comments, concerns.
For a bloody nose.
I'm sorry?
What kinds of oils do you use for a bloody nose?
Oh, for a bloody nose. I would immediately go for, let's see, helichrysum or something. Let me see what the book says. So I immediately go to my desk reference guide. And
mine is Diapers. I love that thing.
Don't see bloody nose in here. Maybe it's under a different term. So I see blood circulation, blood cleanse, blood clots, blood detox, blood
I
platypus.
think nosebleeds.
Let me try under nose. Smart lady. Nosebleeds, of course. You're so smart. Okay, so for nosebleeds, helichrysum, of course, yep. Cistus, cypress, dorado azul, so geranium. So if you have awi, do you have awi? Okay. Do you have geranium? You know what? Lavender and Frank are your Swiss Army knives.
Perfect. That's what I was gonna think. Is Frank for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So if we have any questions, comments, concerns, are we good? Karen says her husband loves sleepy eyes. Yes.
Yeah, it's one of my faves and the most frequently requested in my roller bottles that I make for people. All my friends have kids and they're trying to get them to sleep.
Yeah, I completely understand that. All right, people. Well, it's been real. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. We really appreciate all of you. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening. Hope you enjoyed the class.
See you guys.